Good day, everybody. How you doing? How are you? Better now that I see y'all. Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech. Coach Key, if you out there, I tried to call you, man. I tried to FaceTime you. I don't like to just, I like to see the person when I talk to them. So I tried to FaceTime you, but you probably didn't know it was my number. But I love you. I appreciate you. I checked on you. It's some guys that know you, that validate that you're a good guy. And I love to hear that. You come off like that anyway, but that was validation. And I love it. Coaching at the university you played at has got to be awesome. It's got to be like unbelievable, man. This tough nose, attention to detail. We came in the same class, I feel. You know, like he got it. He's the interim, but he got it when I got an opportunity. So I'm always rooting for those guys in our class, but they're going to come. They're going to play tough. They can try to establish the run. They protect the ball. They don't make too many mistakes. Defense is savvy. They're going to force you to do some things you don't want to do. It's going to be a great contest. They played their butts off under his leadership the last couple of years, man. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge. But he's one of the good guys in the coaching business that I adore. Next, Buck Buchanan, Longview, Texas, Students of the Week. Christian Singleton Hudson, defensive lineman, Daytona Beach, Florida. Students of the Week. Uniforms this week, we're going to give some love to Coach McCartney. Gold helmets, black jerseys, gold pants, white socks, black shoes. That's how he did that thing, so we're going to do that. It's going to be a patch on our jersey that says MAC 82 to 94 to pay tribute to his time here, which included the championship, national championship, which I pray to God we do that one day. Let me see. The rest is, it is what it is. Let's go.
Hi, Coach. Good to see you.
How you doing?
Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports.
Yahoo Sports, is that new?
It's kind of been current. I've been doing it, but
I had never heard you announce.
I know. I am no
You
longer.
with Yahoo.
I'm no longer with CU Sports Report.
Oh, there we go. So you moved on up like the Jeffersons. Huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's
So
okay.
still
I didn't-
employed.
yeah,
Woohoo.
there you go. Maybe
God.
not the Jeffersons. Maybe Archie
Yeah.
Bunker and them. You know.
Yeah, you know, it's a step up. Graduated
go.
college not too long ago. Anyways, enough about me. How are you feeling about your two quarterbacks, Caden Salter, Julian Lewis?
Feeling darn good about them. We got two guys that are capable of getting the job done. Case Salter's going to start. You guys knew that. I don't know why you played a play. He was going to start. The kid has a ton of experience, dual threat. He can throw the heck out of the ball as well. He's the guy. He's the guy at this point. We're praying and we're hoping that you see some juju periodically through the game as well. We would like to get him some reps as well, but the game predicates that.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham,
How
Associate
you
Press.
doing, my man?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hey, I guess you're choosing experience over kind of the young kid. What did you like about Caden? What did he show you throughout camp that you really just appreciated?
He's done it before. This is not his first time running out the tunnel and getting the start. He's done it before, and his experience is vital. We don't tend to seem like a young team. We have a ton of experience on the offense and defensive side of the ball, especially the coaching staff as well. But I like what he's been doing in camp. I like what he did in the spring, and he's growing and growing and growing. Pat is doing a wonderful job with him. I'm not losing my thought. I'm just trying to figure out how to say this. He's going to do well. He's going to do well. And Byron Leftwich has brought a lot to the table when he's available and he's able to come in working with him. So I defer to those two coaches to allow me to understand what I see as valid. Jack.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
What's up, boss?
We're doing well. Scott Proctor at DMVR. With Dallin banged up a little bit, how confident are you in Micah and Trackhawk to help establish this run game early on with their kind of different skill sets that they possess?
We have several backs that can do the job. It's not ever going to be a one-man thing. So we're going to run the ball. You're going to see at least 3 backs get opportunities to do what they do well because we're going to run the ball.
Coach.
Jack, come on, Jack. Bring
Jack Carlo.
it. Carlo.
How are you, Coach?
Good, sir.
Good, good. Yeah, excited for game week, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Want to ask about your offensive line. Just how excited are you to see this kind of new version of that group up front? And what do you expect from them? on
First,
Friday?
let me go to the coaches. Our 3-headed monster of coaches have been doing a wonderful job assembling that line, teaching that line, educating that line, making sure they're dotting the I's and crossing the T's. We got some guys that truly want it. Not just want to go pro, not just want to be great, but they have a series of why. And like, I like to know why a kid is doing what he's doing, or doing what she's doing. These young men got it, man. Their whys is unbelievable, and they don't play in practice, walkthroughs, film study. These guys are focused and locked in. I can't wait to see them perform together. Then we have at least 4 to 5 more that deserves an opportunity as well. So I'm proud of them. I'm proud of that line.
Hi, Coach. Good to see
How
you.
you doing, Adam?
Adam Worcester Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Recently, Coach Mathis said that the competition at that cornerback spot opposite DJ has been really
Yeah.
competitive between Deion and RJ.
It has.
How much confidence do you have in those guys going into the season?
You have confidence, but you want to see it. You know, sometimes our stage shrinks men because it's a huge stage and you got a lot of attention. And, you know, we in that generation where they go in and look at their phones, and sometimes things are said that it's not conducive to the mental health of these young men. But we got some guys that can do the job. We just want to see who's going to be the most consistent throughout this week, so Coach Mathis could give one or the other the nod. But we have guys that can do the job. We're not shy about that.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how you feeling?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Curious, what's something about this team that maybe makes them unique and different from some of the other teams that you've coached in your career?
Depth. I think the tremendous amount of depth that we had at darn near every position, even special teams and the kickers. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the staff that was able to go out and assemble that depth that we have. And that's pretty much the difference, that if this guy goes down, we ain't breaking glass in case of emergency. We straight. Because that other guy already felt like he should have been there anyway, so he already has an attitude. He can't wait to get out there and show the world that he can do his thing. But depth is the key.
John, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. John Treach, 9 News.
How you doing, sir?
I think a lot of fans are anxious to see what the post-Travis, post-Shadur Colorado Buffaloes look like.
Uh-huh.
How anxious are you to see what this team, with a lot of talented but unproven players, looks like game 1 specifically?
I already know what they look like. I've been with them for a minute now. So I know what they look like. I know the expectation of what they should do, the young men, how they've been preparing, how they've been practicing against the men that we have. Some people get baffled because you think this guy's good, but he's playing against your guy that's bad, and then he ends up going against Goliath, and he's not David. So we understand what we have, and we're excited about that. We don't think we lost. We think we gained. Sure, there's a couple athletes that were phenomenal, but I think and I've been saying this for quite some while, we have a better team.
Jake, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Jake Schwanitz, DMVR. Just curious about the guys eligible for leaders and dogs patches. Would you be willing
Yeah.
to announce those guys right now?
No, I'm not. You're going to see them when they run out the tunnel. Because, it may be a couple more. A couple more may earn it, but I know who the immediate ones are.
Hey, Coach Arn Anderson, Fox 31 in Denver.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Haynes King is one of the top dual-threat quarterbacks in the country. We talked about the challenge of tackling Georgia Tech. Coach Livingston yesterday said that it's going to take an all-hands-on-deck approach to keep a lid on him.
Yeah. Kid is unbelievable. I mean, he don't make many mistakes. He's a winner. He's a leader. Physical, tough. Not too flashy. He just makes the plays, man. This kid makes plays. And that alarms you because as long as the ball is in his hands, they have a chance. And that team believes in him. And that's one thing that you want your team to believe in your quarterback. I mean, from top to bottom. And they believe in this young man. And we got to do everything we can, all hands on deck, to prevent him from being successful. Because the kid is a dog. He could play. I love him. He could play.
Rylan Scholes from Ralph Report. Last week, Coach Phillips said that he envisions the wide receiver core being about 8 to 11 players deep. Which players from that group are you most excited to see, and how excited are you to see that group in general?
All of them. All of them. I'm excited to see all of them play. I don't know who's going to take the lead or take the helm and be that guy, because we got a plethora of receivers that can do the job. I'm excited with the unit. I really am. I'm excited what they bring to every practice. They get along. They're not jealous or envious of one another. They're very complimentary. And I pray that they do some incredible things, as our receivers did a year ago. One thing that we will be consistent with is receivers. I promise you that.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. Have
How
a
you
couple
doing?
questions for you. First one, with Georgia Tech being from Atlanta. I know you're not going down to Atlanta for this game, but
Right.
Does that have any special meaning to you because of your connection to that city?
Not whatsoever.
Okay. Will it next year when you go to, are you looking forward to that?
I don't live like that, man. I live day by day. I ain't looking forward to tomorrow. I'm gonna mess around and miss today. So I'm a now type of dude, man. So my focus is here and right now and in this room. That's where my focus is. So I'm not built like that to look forward to the next day. I ain't like that.
So my other question about now, you mentioned Caden. Aside from him as a player, I mean, we've seen what he's done at Liberty and things like that, but what have you grown to know about him and like about him as a person as you've been with him since December?
I think he has a serious but fun-loving nature, and the kid wants to win. He wants this opportunity. He wants to shine on this stage. This is the largest stage that he's ever been on, and I don't think he's going to faint in regards to the light that shines upon him. I think he wants that smoke. He wants that heat. I've been checking this kid out since he was in high school. His brother played for me in youth ball. I don't know why he didn't, but his brother played for me for my truth teams in Texas. But I saw him, I think we played against him. I watched him play in 707 in the tournament that we were on the next field, adjacent field. So I've been checking him out for a minute. And I know his family, know his mother and father, because his brother played for me. One of our best teams we ever had in our organization that we had. So I've been knowing them for a long time, man. So I have a personal thought process that I want to see them succeed anyway, because the family and I have been connected for at least 20 years, man. Not that long. I'm sorry, I'm not that old. Probably about 15 years.
Philip Dukes from the Pregame Network and
My
Warlock
dog.
Media.
My hitter. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm good, Coach. Coach, I wanted to ask you, from year 3 in Colorado, considering where you came from in year 1, what's been the biggest difference that you've noticed over this time going into this year?
Biggest difference? That's a great question, Mr. Dukes. People. You know, first it was the challenge of coming to this level. Could we change the game? We did. Then can you consistently do it with the players you have? Can you win? We did. Now it's, well, can you do it without Travis and Shador? Can you do, it's always going to be a challenge, and I don't mind that. I stand up to those. I've been challenged my whole darn life, but this ain't about me. This is about the kids that we've assembled, and we will. Ain't that a song say, we gonna be all right? We gonna be all, who's saying that? Kendrick. All right. I love both guys, by the way, Kendrick and Drake. I just want us to get along. But Wayne is my favorite. That's my dog. That's like a son to me, man. I love me some Wayne. I slap one of y'all about Lil Wayne. Just letting y'all know. And Keith Sweat, by the way. Yeah.
Anyone else have a question?
Who is Keith Sweat? Somebody said, who is Keith Sweat? Somebody really said that in their mind.
Hey, Coach Tyler King with the Denver
What's
Gazette.
going on, boss?
I'm doing well, thank you. You mentioned wanting to get Juju a couple snaps in this game, couple of series. Just kind of, what's the conversation been like with him this week as you get ready to, although he didn't win the starting job, get ready for him to be ready to go in when his number's called?
It's not like a conversation, it's an expectation. He knows what we stand. He knows what the future beholds for him. He knows how we see him, and he knows what we expect of him. So it's not no elongated conversation with, dog, you know, I want you to do this. They know. Our kids know me. I'm too personable, and they see me all the time. I eat with them in the cafeteria. They could come to the office and knock on the door and come in, and we can sit down and chop it up. But our kids know me, man. So we don't have to have those in-depth conversations because I make it plain in our morning meetings and throughout the days and throughout practice. I make it real plain. They never have to guess where I am.
Hey, Coach, just one more question
Yes,
for you.
sir.
Obviously, Folsom put in the artificial turf
Yes, sir.
this summer. What do you like about that look of the turf and the feel of it? Did the players enjoy it?
I like the look of it because it's beautiful. The feel of it, you guys don't get to experience it, but, you know, night game like we're getting ready to play, it's a dew or mist from this state of the city or whatever that it's on the field, and there's a lot of slipping going on, and we just tried to get away from that. We tried to do away with that because our teams are consistently fast football teams. Our kids can run. So we want to eliminate any slippage or anything that may cause us misfortune throughout the game. So Rick was kind enough, man, to get them to implement the turf, and I'm happy about it. It's beautiful as well. And we have, several concerts. And you know what the concerts do to the turf? It eats it alive. Now our ground crew has one less job to do. That's why our practice fields look like they look right now, and they're beautiful. I mean, golf course green. Shout out to our grounds crew. They're doing a wonderful, especially on campus too. Have we got his name yet? Please, because he's awesome. Like, who's ever cutting the grass on campus? When do they cut the grass on campus? Like, I walk campus every day. You know, me and the staff never seen them do it, but it's always beautiful. We got to have one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. We really do.
Hey, Coach Pat Graham again. Nice to
Pat.
see you. Hey, just got to talk to you about, NFL is a tough business. Shallow had, some bad. It's just, have you talked to him and how are his spirits?
Most definitely. He's my son. I'm proud of my kids, all of them. And I prepared my kids for any and everything that could possibly happen in life and in sports. That's part of fathering. That's part of parenting. That's part of having a relationship. So he is mentally where he needs to be, physically where he needs to be. We're praying that he gets another opportunity to go with a team. But if he doesn't, the plans have already been put forward to what he's going to do next. So Shiloh is a man of many talents. I don't know if you guys know, he's a man of many talents, and he's going to be straight. All the Sanders are going to be straight, with or without football. You better believe that. You better believe that. I take care of mine, and I've always have, and y'all know what I mean. You better believe that.
Good morning, Coach.
How you doing, sir?
Looking good, sounding good.
Yes, sir.
What's the number one priority to secure victory on Friday?
Mistake-free football. Mistake-free football. I will put my hat on that. And this is my hat, by the way. Let me see. This is my hat. I'll put my hat on that.
All right, thanks, Coach.
God bless. We gonna be all right.
Travis Kelsey got engaged? Wow.
Dang, it's a lot of people.
Hey, Draylon, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Obviously, last year going into your first ever college football game, you got the start kind of at the running back spot. As you get ready for year 2 here, just kind of what's the excitement level kind of getting ready for Georgia Tech this Friday?
Honestly, I was just talking about that with my coach downstairs. Just last year around this time, knowing I was getting the first play of the game, it was a lot of excitement, overwhelmed, of course. But this year is just that level of experience, just having that year under my belt, knowing whatever we call first play, just go out there and execute it.
Hey, Draylon, Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. We've seen a lot of you in the backfield. What kind of packages are you concocting with Pat Shermer of you being in the backfield and you also working in the slot?
We had that type of talk where he's just like, today you got to go to running back. Even Coach Falk, he just pulls me sometime for Indy to come to running back just so I can get that under my wing, just to know their type of steps and their motion, and then sometimes I go to receiver and everything. But, yeah, it's fun. He just told me be ready. So, I'm always stay ready. Wherever he puts me, I'm ready to roll with it.
Brian, go ahead. Hey, Draylon. Coach was just in here and told us that Caden's going to be the starter. As you've gotten to know him since December, what's just even aside from him as a player, what have you liked about getting to know Caden?
From Texas, of course. But, honestly, he's just a great leader, I would say. Just on the field, the way he talks to his receivers and everybody else, he's real blunt as a quarterback. He lets us know, get open, I'm coming to you on this play. And that's what I love about him as a quarterback. And I'm honestly excited. I would have been happy with any quarterback he chooses out there room. But now we know I'm ready to roll with him. Let's do it.
Hey, Draylon, Pat Graham, Associated Press. To kind of piggyback off that question, when you're dealing with a dual threat quarterback like Caden, what is the difference between that and maybe a pocket passer with Julian? How does that help your game? How do you change and what's that like?
Honestly, I feel like Drew has live moves too. He just haven't had a chance to display it yet how Caden has, just being his first year in college. But honestly, you got a lot of options with Caden. He can run it anytime. So I just feel like it just opens up our offense a little bit more. And I'm excited to see what he does on Friday.
Hi, Draylon. Obviously, you have a deep receivers room, and everybody wants to make big plays themselves. As a leader in that group, how have you kind of bring people together and kind of build that camaraderie in that group?
Just to let them know, just take it day by day, play by play. Don't rush into anything. Just process it during the moment. Just live in the moment is all I tell our receivers every time. It's going to come, the big plays, the big moment, and just be ready for your moment.
Hey, Draylon. Wondering if you could just talk more about your thoughts on Georgia Tech and what you expect to see from them and what kind of challenge that is.
Yeah, so since fall camp in the beginning, even in spring, I just been watching film on them, figuring out. They got a whole new team, so it's kind of hard to figure out which players. But, our staff does a great job on mixing it up so we can find who's going to be going against us and everything. But, yeah, I feel like I'm overly prepared. I prepare myself for this moment, just watching film, going back on what I trust in my technique and my work in the offseason. I'm just ready to put it on display Friday and go out there and have a great game.
Hey, Draylon. Philip Dukes, Well Off Media, the pregame network. I wanted to ask, where did you improve the most in the offseason, in your opinion?
This offseason, I want to emphasize on my speed, of course, and just getting my body right to where I can take them hits at running back, go outside, inside receiver, and just be that dude where I can play how many snaps on offense and don't come out the game. So I feel like just being able to play with more speed and just being a target for my quarterback, just know he can always trust me any moment in the game.
Anything else, Draylon? Great. Hey, Draylon, I just want to ask you, this offseason, a lot of the narrative around you guys is just no Shador, no Travis. Is there sort of a chip on your shoulder, just an excitement about you guys in the locker room? Let's prove that we're pretty good without some of those guys.
Most definitely. We hear all the media how they talk about how I think we took a step down because of who we lost last year, and we did lose some big pieces, of course. But I feel like our recruiting staff got a tremendous job bringing in talented guys in those areas. I mean, of course, we can't refill those people, but we can always fulfill production, and that's what our coaches preach. So I just feel like as long as we refill that production, we'll be okay.
Dre, people who know you will describe you as a guy who never has a bad day, always smiling, always happy. What's your secret for that?
Keeping the Lord first. I say that's a big thing in my testimony. I've been through a lot in my life, and every day I have a reason. My mom motivates me to just keep going, keep a smile on my face. And I'm playing football. I mean, I wouldn't be nowhere else in the world. Today is my birthday, so I'm just happy to be playing football, game planning for Georgia Tech. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Costello, Associated Press. It seemed that there's more of an emphasis with tight ends in this set. How does that open up the game in a way we haven't seen recently? Working with the tight ends, bigger guys who can block and catch. What does that make easier for you folks?
I love our tight ends, actually. Last year, we were like a lot of 10 personnel team, I would say. And this year, I feel like we're going to do more 11. Just had the tight ends in there. And we recruited some great tight ends, and even having Seville come back from last year. And I just feel like they're like Coach always said, they're extra linemen in the game that can run routes. So I feel like they have a big part in the run game, open up some gaps for our run blockers, and I feel like they can get their job done well.
Anything else for Drake? Go ahead, Drake.
Hey, Draylen, Jake Shaughnessy, DMVR. Just wondering, have you spoke to, Quentin and Quanell just about playing as a true freshman and that experience you had last year?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I just told them, like, after practice, just be ready. Because we've been practicing, of course, y'all are going to play. So the moment's going to come. Just make sure y'all catch the ball and run. Go score a touchdown, man. Don't fall on the ground. That's what I tell them. Just don't fall.
All right, thanks, Jalen.
Thank y'all.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, how you doing? How you doing?
Finally game week, just what's kind of the excitement level around that, and have you seen kind of intensity increase?
I think just from a program standpoint, I think everybody knows it's time to getting back into it. So from the coaches, from the players, it's a new life, obviously going from fall camp, like the hard weeks of like a month of just training and getting ready for the season. Like obviously we're here now, so new life pretty much in the locker room and then amongst the program. So.
Hey, Arden, Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. Just over this fall camp and spring, people have mentioned you as a leader of the defensive ends room and just the defensive front. How do you feel like you've really stepped into that role, and how do you feel like that's going to come to fruition on the field?
Personally, I feel like I've hit like a learning curve. I think I've always did it from Little League and growing up and being around certain guys and people gravitating towards me. But now I think just in terms of how to lead and how to get to guys, especially grown men, getting them to put their pride aside to listen to me, I feel like I've taken certain steps to relate to guys no matter where you come from, and then obviously having a common goal which is to win. So.
Hey, Arden, Harrison Simeon, Buffs on SI. Georgia Tech, obviously a very run-heavy offense, a dual-threat quarterback. What do you see out of them, and what's kind of the confidence level in your D-line room about taking care of that challenge?
Georgia Tech's a solid team. Like you said, obviously they're very good at what they do, and I think we just preaching the message that we still have to stop the run as a defensive line. I think we've just been putting our best efforts in terms of film and studying and make sure that we know our keys and doing our assignment and getting the job done. So I think also with the back seven, like making sure that they're on it too with us so we can play together. They say go 1-1. Oh, this upcoming Friday.
Hey, Arden, Coach just mentioned that you guys are going to do some things to honor Coach Mack on Friday night. Your dad played for him. Does that mean a little something to you because you probably heard a lot of Mack stories growing up and just being able to honor him in this first game, does that mean a lot to you?
For sure, yeah. I think we have the patches on our jersey, and I mean, of course, like I said, I've heard all the stories, and then I think sometimes my dad, he's coached me my whole life too, so he gives me some stuff that came from him, like in terms of words of wisdom. So I think I can also just tell some of the guys pass on some of those messages as well, and I still bring life into the team. So like I said, we're passing on his messages, and even though he's gone, like he's still here in terms of just the spirit and culture of the team.
Hey, Arden, Pat Graham, Associated Press. You guys are playing on, first time Folsom has turf now. Coach says it makes you guys almost faster. You take advantage of your speed. What's it like playing on turf and playing on grass?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm a grass guy, but like I said, I play on any terrain. I think it's an adjustment, and that's a part of just playing a part of the game. I mean, if you go to the NFL, you got 32 teams. They got indoor stadiums, outdoor stadiums. I mean, some guys have turf, some guys have grass, and of course, like no matter what terrain, we still got to get the job done. Still, like I said, the goal is to go 1-0, and no matter what you plan on, you got to do it. So.
What's up, Arden? we talked to Coach Liv yesterday, and he said that he thinks like the fastball, this defense is going to be its depth. How would you kind of describe the depth of your room on the interior and on the edge as well on the defensive line?
Starting with the edges, I think Coach Hilo did a great job of just making sure that the guys understand their role, and just from individuals from the freshmen, Alex and London, to Q, Sam, me, Keaton Wade, like just understanding that what we got to get done and play to our strengths pretty much. And then interior-wise, like we have some great guys, obviously, Big Quinn, Lightfoot, Tavian, both TCs. You name it. Like I said, I think everybody's understanding their role, and I think we're starting to mold into that, especially going to the first game. So over the course of time, we still got to figure out like who's going to be what and then who can do what. Obviously, you got Amari, people coming along, and Big Brandon. So just make sure we all mesh together, even when they rotate. And then whoever's in, like we all have the job to make sure we get to the quarterback, stop the run. So.
Good morning. Monica Costello, Associated Press. You mentioned that you had some words of wisdom that your dad passed on from Coach Mack. Is there any you can share that, it's like, wow, that's a total Mack?
My dad always used to preach about like morale is a physical as 4 is a 1. So just like your mind is 4 times stronger than your body. It's something like just pushing past like when it gets hard and rallying guys, make sure they're getting to the top pretty much. So I hear that. He used to tell me that quote from literally when I was in flag all the way up to high school, and then I've been in college, and he still reminds me like here and there. So especially now I'm in a leadership role, I think that just preaching to the guys that just pushing through and having perseverance is something that I think Coach Mack instilled in those guys back in the early 90s. So.
Go ahead, Ryan. Arden, it feels like each football team will kind of take on a personality and a vibe of its own. What's something that you think is kind of unique about the personality of this specific team?
Personality-wise, I think the young guys give us life. I feel like the freshman class that rolled in, it's a new scene. And I think the babies that's born in 2007 and up is kind of interested to see how they maneuver and think and stuff like that. So just like staying fresh, really. I think they're all hungry to figure things out, and I think just amongst the older guys too that came in from different schools, and then people who's been here, like. I think everybody's bought in pretty much, and it's kind of good to see. Even the young guys trying to figure it out. Like for example, like my room, like Alex and London, they ask me questions, taking advice from me, want to add it to their game, and I feel like they're doing it amongst other rooms too in different positions. So, yeah, so the young guys for sure giving us life.
Hey, Arden. Jake Schwanitz at DMVR. Just wanted to ask you about a few guys who have had really good off seasons, just Anquin Quincy and Brandon Davis Swain. What have those guys done to really elevate where they stand?
I said the buy-in, like I've been saying, the buy-in is something that has changed like amongst our team. People really want to figure out. I think guys really want to play. So just trusting the scheme, trusting what Coach Livingston's doing. They're embracing their role, and I said they can make their plays by playing D tackle, like nose tackle. I said our interior, they've been getting to it. So I'm pretty happy to see those guys. And then even Quincy Wiggins, for example. I'm glad that Coach Hilo like took him under his wing and is developing him, and I think it's going to be nothing but beneficial in the future. So.
Kind of a simple question, but how excited are you for a new football season and get out in the field and actually play a football game?
I'm really excited. I mean, obviously, we've been in camp this whole time, so we've been hitting the same guys for almost 30 days straight, but now I say we get to go beat up on Georgia Tech. That's the goal. So, yeah, it's fun. Go compete. I'm excited for sure.